So, yesterday's soap was based on a Twitch creator that I love and appreciate and think is awesome at all of the things, and am very glad to have found their community, and now I'm becoming a part of it, although I'm a newbie, so, baby. This particular soap that I'm making today is also that, just with a different Twitch community member, creator, streamer. Kind of the same community though. There's a lot of crossover. And there's a reason why there's a lot of crossover. And this soap is weird. And we actually haven't messed with this particular type of soap in a minute on the channel. And for good reason. Because I've talked about what that reason is. And I don't like the way it feels. But we're going to talk more about the soap in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And you are here for day 236 of 365 days of soap. Today is another Twitch creator soap inspiration thing that, yes, I will also be sending along to them. And I really, really, really hope that they don't have like tactile sensory issues, because we're making jelly soap. Because we have to. Because of what specifically we're making. Now, this first, for the jelly soap, first off, it's not a straight jelly soap. I actually do like to cut my jelly soap with some melt and pour soap to get it a little bit more rigid, right? So it'll hold a shape. And so we'll talk about that in the video. Second, the who it's for and the why. So Chilbo Baggins from yesterday, right, in the Shire soap bag end. Chilbo has a partner named Mansuit. Real name. And he also streams on Twitch, and he does, the shooters and the split gates and the things like that. But also every Thursday night he runs a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and I love D&D so freaking much, like a lot. And I always tune in on the Thursdays to listen to that stream for sure, because it's enjoyable for me to listen to, the campaign. It's cool. And so I got this idea to actually make, because I knew I was already making one for Chilbo that I was going to send through. And I'm like, well, why not make one for Mansuit as well? And so I got this idea to make this while I was listening to a D&D stream, and decided to make the gelatinous cube. Now, if you are a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, you understand the reference, haha. If you've seen Onward, if you're not necessarily a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, you may also get the reference from that, because the older brother in Onward is always talking about the gelatinous cube. It became a funny part of the movie. You get it. And also within the gelatinous cube, I will be syncing a set of dice from The Witcher, actually. And so I actually have two sets. I'm going to send along a box of the not inside the soap to Mansuit, just in case he doesn't want to touch to get out the... It's a lot. Let's get to the video and we can see the lot. And I will touch jelly soaps again. We're making the gelatinous cube today. That's weird. So for this particular mold that I'm using, it's 4 ounces total of soap that fits into it. And so what I am doing with this weird, gross jelly soap thing is I'm actually cutting this with a 1 to 3 thing. So 1 part actual melt and pour that firms up all proper like, and 3 parts jelly soap, because we're making the gelatinous cube today. So that's fun. Now, for the gelatinous cube, what is the gelatinous cube? It's just a fun, silly, like iconic monster or trap that exists in the Dungeons and Dragons world. And for me personally, whenever I'm on a campaign, I always annoyingly make the same stupid joke about a gelatinous cube coming up, and the DM is always very irritated, but whatever. And I've never actually heard the gelatinous cube used in any campaigns that I've played, that I've listened to, nothing. And so it's just kind of become my weird shtick. Now, why I'm doing this, these are all the little things that you use when you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, like in real life and not on the interwebs, how we did in the before times. And these are actually Witcher cubes. So this specific one is actually the Witcher's set. And you can see his coin there. How cool is that? And I'm going to sink all of these into this gelatinous cube, because that's kind of what a gelatinous cube is, right? It just sucks up everything around it, and it dies in an acidic, burny hellhole of jelly. So for the actual process, everything gets melted down together. I like to keep my jelly soap very, very liquid to make it easier to pour. We're just going to put a couple drops of lab dyes in them, lab colors from Brambleberry, to make it green. It doesn't have to be green for a gelatinous cube, but I wanted to make it green. And it's so gross. Oh, it's so gross. It's weird. Look at that. Look at that sliminess. It's weird. You know what? So many people freaking love jelly soaps, though. And I don't get it. I don't, but, fine. And it's the perfect setting for this, because it's freaking a gelatinous cube that I'm sinking all of these cool Witcher dye into. So it's cool. And I am spraying it with alcohol really just to see if anything comes off, because wouldn't that suck so terribly much if all the numbers and the designs came off after being sunk into this jelly soap? That would suck for sure. So I tested it. Nothing came off. That doesn't mean nothing's going to, or that something's not going to come off. I guess I'll never know. And I am scenting it with a lime. I guess really we should be scenting it with something like really acidic, but lime is acidic. Like that's, there's citric acid in limes. And so that was my reasoning, because what the hell does acid smell like? We don't know. We don't know. And yeah, I'm just going to randomly just put these little dye into this gelatinous cube. And I'm gonna send this off. Now, the reason I'm using Witcher stuff is because I am actually also in a book club with Mansuit Games on the Discord. So if you are interested in The Witcher or, book clubs, we're doing that thing over there. So come join and be a part of it, because it's a lot of fun reading all the Witcher books, which is amazing and super cool. And I'm 100% here for that, because we've talked about this. I mean, we talked about this months ago, how I wanted a book club. And I have found book clubs on Twitch, and it's been fun. And yeah, I'm also going to put this guy in there, because why not? But ultimately, just so Mansuit knows that there's stuff inside of this weird thing, I'm also sending through a proper set that's not in the soap. And I think it's Dandelion, if memory serves. I'm pretty sure I bought Dandelion for the other. I don't know. I think I show it in the video. But yeah, this is going to set up and get hard and do all the things, although it's jelly soap. So it's a semi-hard. Gross. We're not cutting it. We're just releasing it from the silicone mold. And I actually did put this in the fridge for about an hour so it would firm up nicely and release from the mold. And look, oh, hey, that's cool. Mr. Webman was calling me. There it is. It showed up on my wrist. How fun is that? But yeah, no, it's never going to obviously firmly, like really firmly set up. It's just, No, a jelly soap. If you want it to be more firm, you could actually do a 1-to-1 ratio of proper melt and pour that does firm up and the jelly soap, and it would be more firm, but hold its shape, but still obviously be jelly soap. For me, I didn't do that because I had 1 ounce of melt and pour already cut up, so winning. And the soap itself is very interesting. So any sort of holes that exist, they kind of seal it themselves up in this process. And so it's all weird. Mansuit Games is not freaking weird though. Seriously, if you are into D&D or book clubs or just really comfy, cozy places to hang out with a really nice human, like a very nice human, if you are a sudzer, really, you should like Mansuit's channel. It's very chill, it's very relaxed, it's just a lot of fun and a bunch of really nice people being really nice to each other. And so I made a soap for Mansuit, the Gelatinous Cube. That's day 236. And there it is, the Gelatinous Cube. And it's certainly a thing. It's pretty wild. And as I said, I really hope Mansuit does not have any tactile sensory issues because I'm sending this to him and I don't want him to get squigged out touching it because that would suck. Also, I am sending a note saying if you do have issues touching things, just don't touch this. Just use this set instead. But yeah, I had a ton of fun making it. That's the thing. Like, I personally don't really dig the jelly soaps, but so many freaking people in the world do. So it's like, it's fun anyway. And it was a fun thing to do. And how could I make a gelatinous cube in anything other than jelly soap? So there's that. You also got some cool tips in there for how to firm up a jelly soap. You can go as much as a 1-to-1 ratio with a proper melt and pour and the jelly soap combined to really give it some more firmness so it'll hold shape really nicely. So just keep that in mind if you're into making jelly soaps or you want to try your hand at it, for sure. For this, it will also be going to Colorado. It'll be getting shipped to Colorado where Chilbo and Mansuit exist as soon as I'm back from Colorado because I wanted to send it all at the same time. Jelly soap doesn't need to cure, but you get the idea. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And if I have not convinced you guys yet to go over and check out Twitch and go hang out with Chilbo and Mansuit, I don't know what will. If you guys are into video gaming, if you're into just cozy environments where people are very nice to each other, if you're into being a sudzer, you will appreciate both of those channels, for sure. Their community is almost as beautiful as our community here, and our community is pretty damn beautiful. Sudzers, thank you for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I appreciate you forever. I'm out of here for today, but I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.